Akhtar and myself, Khalid Akhtar. What a wonderful show we've got you on Ramadan Radio, wolves.com and around the world on the internet and all your app devices. Good morning.
Good morning. How are we, Khalid?
Excellent.
Good. Aris?
Good morning. How have you been? What
I've
have you
been very
up to?
well. I've been very, very well. Looking forward to getting my haircut tomorrow. I see you've gone ahead and done yours.
Yes, I have indeed.
Really? Does that look like a haircut?
Well, I didn't think he had a haircut when I first saw him, but when I've seen the sides, it's very 2020. Yeah.
You know, last week somebody actually messaged to say he looks like a woman. Today, anyone looking on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, have a look at Ari's Akhtar and you tell me your opinion. Telephone lines are open now, 01902 972 150. You can text in as well, 07440 420 432. Today is the 72nd birthday of the NHS. Let's have a big round of applause, lads. Come on. Big round of applause for the NHS. Tonight at 5 p.m, everyone is going out on the streets and celebrate the NHS. You know, it's amazing. And
It is. I really enjoyed when we used to do it at 8 o'clock on Thursdays.
Yeah.
I mean, I live in a cul-de-sac and all the street used to get involved. It was really good. How about you, Aris? Did you
A
guys...
few people on my road did it. We also did it every week. It was a good thing to do.
You doing it today?
Yeah, would do. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, we'll do it today. So tribute at 5 p.m. on July the 5th follows the success of the weekly claps for carers during COVID. Broadcasters will also suspend transmission, so no Ramadan Radio at 5 p.m. For a moment as a mark of respect. So yeah, everyone tonight, 5 p.m. Because it's free, isn't it? NHS is free. We do not pay for it. And if you go to any other country, like I've had a message from Dubai.
Yeah.
They've emailed me separately.
What, the country Dubai?
The country Dubai
Right,
emails me and said, if you want to come, got to make sure you have COVID insurance.
Okay.
So if you haven't got COVID insurance, you've got to have a lot of money in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Because if anything happens in Dubai and you've got COVID-19, man, you might as well go 6 feet under because...
That's why you want to get out to Greece. So if you remember some of the stories from a few weeks ago, Greece are able to fund all of your costs subject to you getting COVID-19.
Yeah, that'll be a better place to go than
Probably
Dubai.
a better place to go, Dubai.
You know
but
what?
lack of halal food, isn't it? So
It is. I've
Isn't
got to
it?
find them 250,000 Muslims and maybe camp out with them for a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Loads of stories on today's show. We've got the zone, the youth zone with Ari's Akhtar. We have around the world in 80 seconds also with Shabazz. And last week I forgot to do this day in history. Can you believe it?
Do you want to do it now?
No,
Okay.
it's too early. I'm going to do it at 11:30. So you guys remind me. You know, it takes me about a day to do this day in history.
What, to find out the research?
All the research.
Yeah.
And last week, I just because we were having such a good show with
Yeah.
all the listeners, we were having loads of phone calls last week.
I think we had a number of people enter the competition as well, didn't we?
Yeah,
We
we
did.
did, and I also expect that today. There is an Islamic quiz for the Islamic listeners, and there is also an English questions for the English listeners. And the number to call in for the quiz is 01902 972 150. And today I will be announcing the winners of the competition, but not the actual winner of the competition, just all the people that are in the draw to win the competition.
And also, I've decided we're going to have a bit of a twist today.
Go on.
We are going to give away an answer.
Okay.
We're going to give away an answer, but what I want the listeners to do is think of a question for the answer.
Right,
What do
okay.
you think the question would have been?
Right, okay.
Do you think that's a good one?
That's a bit difficult.
Yeah, but it could be anything, couldn't it? So it's not. It couldn't be wrong. It couldn't be right.
Okay.
You
We'll
know?
see. We'll see how it goes.
see how we'll get the best one. Whoever
Yeah.
gives us the best answer
Yeah.
will be in the draw.
Yeah, and there's also a prize for the first person that calls in because you'll get your name raved about on radio.
Of
So,
course.
you know, give us a call, 01902 972 150. We would love to hear from you. Please do enter that competition. Aris has put a lot of effort into it. So, yeah, give us a call.
We'll carry on with the stories. I'm going to start with Donald Trump. He's undermined the global fight against COVID-19 by buying almost the entire worldwide supply of remdesivir, one of only 2 NHS-approved drugs. Donald Trump was today accused of undermining the global coronavirus fight by buying up almost the entire global supply of remdesivir, one of the only two drugs approved to treat COVID-19 on the NHS. Business Minister Nadeem Zawahi criticised the US President's decision to make the rest of the world compete for the medication, originally designed to treat Ebola, but proven to speed up recovery time for coronavirus patients.
Wow. So this isn't a vaccine, is it, Cal?
It's not a vaccine, but it's a cure towards coronavirus.
Right.
So it helps heal the process.
So think paracetamol for a headache, that type of thing?
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
Okay.
So Mr. Trump's bought everything.
No doubt about it at all.
I mean,
well
he has
done.
the money, so.
Well done, Mr. Trump.
Again, in our good books.
Always in our good books, always in our good books.
You might be spotting a lot of electric scooters or e-scooters soon, because from Saturday, 4th of July, which was yesterday, rented ones will be allowed on roads and cycle paths in the UK. Privately owned e-scooters will remain illegal on roads. As lockdown is easing, the government wants to find greener ways of travelling, and e-scooters could be one of them. It's also an individual form of transport, so could help with current social distancing rules. Up until now, e-scooters were only allowed to be used in the UK on private island, but a 12-month trial will be starting to see if it's a helpful form of transport and if changes need to be made. The vehicle are still banned on pavements, will be limited to 15.5 miles per hour, and it is recommended that riders wear helmets. These are the e-scooter rules. You have to be 16 or over. You need a provisional or full driver's license. You can only use official rented e-scooters and only on cycle paths or road the same way cycles do. Wearing a helmet is recommended. 15 miles an hour is the fastest they'll go. If someone has an e-scooter off their own, they still won't be able to use them in public. The new rules are only for rented e-scooters. Have you saw any e-scooters on the pavement? Because I've saw a few.
Actually, I saw one a couple of weeks ago, and I looked at it and I thought, how's he doing that? And then I thought, wow, it's got a motor in it.
I think it's a really good idea.
I want one.
I want one as well.
I
yeah.
want one.
I want
I'd
one.
go up and down
Yeah,
my
same.
street. I've got a dodgy knee at the moment, so
Right.
I could really do with one.
It's a bit cheating though, isn't it? Because it's almost like a bicycle, but
Yeah.
you just kind of not
How,
pedaling.
how much are these e-scooters?
I think they vary about from £300 to £400.
I don't want one. I don't want one. Unless someone's going to buy me one,
Well,
I
that's
don't want
to
one.
buy one. I don't know how much to rent them.
Yeah, well, exactly. You got to rent one to use it.
Well, if someone has got one and they don't want it anymore, the swap shop every Sunday morning
With Alvina?
With Alvina, yeah.
Yeah.
Please get in touch and
Please do.
I'd like to discuss a big story coming out of Pakistan this week, if I may.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've all heard about the state of PIA, Pakistan International Airways,
Tell me about
and the
it.
news that's been coming out this week. So early this month, PIA was summoned to ESSA's headquarters because we all know the Pakistan national carrier has been banned from flying to Europe for the rest of 2020. The European Union Air Safety Agency, ESSA, has withdrawn the third country operator's authorisation from Pakistan International Airlines, PIA, for 6 months from the 1st of July. The ban does also apply to the UK, so I had a lot of text messages saying no, it's just the EU, but I can confirm the ban also does apply to the UK. The decision follows the crash of the PIA Airbus A320 on a scheduled flight from Lahore to Karachi on the 22nd of May. Unfortunately, 97 passengers and crew died after the botched go-around that damaged the plane on the first attempt at landing. The preliminary report found the captain and first officer disregarded standard procedures and ignored alarms. SSA the crash revealed successive breaches of multiple layers of safety defences in the safety management system. Just before I continue, it was actually the pilot's fault that the plane crashed, so it was a botched go-around apparently.
Do you know what? Pakistan International Airlines, we have to name and shame.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't know if anyone's travelled with this airline, but have you seen the state of the seats? Have you seen the state of the food they serve?
But I can handle the state of the food, the state of the seats,
Really?
the cleanliness. You can probably stomach that, but having a pilot that isn't qualified to fly the plane, I think
Disappointing.
That's embarrassing.
and it's not just. I mean, look, they might be able to fly the plane, but it's what happens in an emergency. It's knowing what you do. Now, I know Emirates, for instance, they train their pilots every single month in simulators. and they recreate crash conditions or engines going down. So, but just to finish off on the story, on the 21st of June 2020, Pakistan Aviation Minister told Parliament that 262 of the 860 pilots' licenses issued by the country's Civil Aviation Authority were fraudulent. So probably some backhanders there somewhere. And the letter from ESA to PIA says there's strong indications that a high number of Pakistani pilots' licenses are invalid. And yeah, I mean, I just don't even feel like reading on. It's making me sick really thinking about it.
You know, you could go to Pakistan, and if you wanted a professor's degree,
Yeah,
you could get one.
no doubt.
You could get anything. You could be a policeman next day without doing a course.
Flying a plane, that's almost taking people's lives into your
Yeah.
hand. I mean,
That's what he did.
It's
What-
despicable.
what confidence now are people going to have in wanting to fly PIA? I mean, I tell you what, we go to Pakistan every couple of years. We fly with some Arabian Airlines. And my mum's always said, look, can we go PIA next time? Can we please go PIA because it's direct?
Don't send them POI.
And, we were actually planning on going PIA, but
No.
no, I think my life is far more important than that. But yeah, that's the big story coming out from PIA this week.
Excellent. Good morning, salam all. Good morning from Sister Naseem.
Assalamu alaikum.
First text message of the morning.
Should we make her famous?
Please do.
Let's all say her name. Hello, Naseem. How are you today?
Naseem.
There you go.
Is the best, is the best, is the best.
Yeah.
I've got another one as well. I'll have to listen to this afterwards, but it's audio,
Okay.
so I can't really.
Oh,
listen.
someone sent an audio.
An audio. Don't send an audio.
They can ring in.
Ring in and say what you want. We don't care really, do we?
Tony Hudgell, 5 years old, completes 10-kilometre walk on prosthetic leg. A 5-year-old boy who had to have both legs amputated has completed his 10-kilometre walking challenge. From Kings Hill in Kent, needed the surgery because of his abuse by his birth parents when he was a baby. He set out to raise £500 for the Evelina London Children's Hospital by walking a combined 10 kilometres in June and has raised more than £1 million. Although he has now completed the distance, he plans to keep walking daily until the end of the month. Tony's adoptive father, Mark Hudgell, told the BBC, "As a family, we are all incredibly proud of what Tony has achieved. The level of donation and the improvement in his walking over the past 26 days has blown away all expectations. The support and kind words we have received is phenomenal, from friends, the local community throughout the UK and even worldwide." He must have some motivation for that.
Do you know what? Hands down to this gentleman or boy. No
Fantastic.
legs. and
5-year-old.
5
kilometres walk.
5-year-old, £1 million.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
Beautiful story.
Really, really good.
Got some sad news coming from Pakistan as well. Sikh pilgrims in deadly Pakistan train car crash. At least 21 people have been killed after a train hit a van carrying Sikh pilgrims in northeastern Pakistan. The crash involved the Karachi-Lahore express train, happened on a level crossing near Sheikhpura in Punjab province, police said. Most of the dead are said to be from one family on the way from Nankana, one of the Sikh religion main sites. 10 others were hurt. There are not thought to be any train passengers among the casualties. So bad news from Pakistan.
It is bad news, yeah, and a bit of an interesting fact, that particular train actually goes through our village, believe
Does
it or
it?
not. Yeah. So they say Lahore and Karachi Express, did you say?
That's the one, yeah.
Really sad news. I think the state of the crossings and stuff might have been a contributing factor to that. So
Yeah. And loads of Sikh pilgrims are going to Pakistan at the
Yeah.
moment because they've opened the corridors.
yeah,
And all good news from Sikh people saying how well respected they've been in our country in Pakistan and how well looked after they are.
a good friend of mine, his mum goes every year or every 2 years, and they always say the level of respect, and especially in Lahore, I think there's a big Gurdwara in Lahore next to the Badshah Masjid.
That's right. Yeah.
And she always has a lot of good things to say about the Pakistani public.
Actually, one of my friends rang me up this week because I needed a job doing, and he's Indian. And he said to me, Cal, my mum went to Lahore, to that new temple that they built. Well, it's an old temple, but they just redone it up.
Yeah.
And she actually said to me, I don't want to go to India anymore. I'd rather go to Pakistan from now
It's
on.
really nice to hear.
And really nice stories
I don't
coming out.
think they'll be travelling PIA though.
No.
by any chance.
Hopefully
I
not.
don't think anyone will fly PIA. Text messages again, 07440420432. Aris, give us a question or give us the answer to a question. And we want people out there to think what the question might be. So give me the answer first.
Okay, the answer to this question is Surah Yasin. What is so special about Surah Yasin?
Is that the question and
no,
the
no,
answer?
no, that's just the answer.
What is so special about
Yeah.
the... Okay, I think I know what I would say live on radio.
I haven't got a
What
clue.
could Surah Yasin be the answer to?
Oh,
Yeah,
right, okay.
Surah Yasin. The answer is Surah Yasin. You just got to phone us and tell us what do you think the question is.
To get some more responses, do you think we should open up the text for that so people can maybe
Yeah, of
text
course,
in there?
you could text in as well. Text and you can phone in. You get more brownie points if you phone in.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. What's the text number, Aris?
The text number is 07440 420 432, and the number to call in is 01902 972 150.
Brilliant. So, Aris, you were a fan of Alton Towers?
Yeah, I've been there.
Khalid,
a
Alton
couple
Towers?
times.
Yeah, I'm growing into liking Alton Towers. When I first started to go many years ago, I was scared of the rides.
Right.
But now I'm first in the queue, first in the
I
line.
bet you are. I bet you get the fast pass and all that.
Well, the
don't you?
first
Yeah.
time I went to Alton Towers, like actually on the rides, it was a school trip,
Okay.
and I actually waited a few hours to go on the Smiler. It was pretty much 3/4 off the whole school trip, just in the line for the Smiler.
Wow. Good ride?
Yeah, it was a very good ride.
Right, well, I've got some good news for you there. So, Alton Towers to reopen this weekend with masks on rides and temperature checks in place. So, pictures have revealed what Alton Towers will look like in the age of the new normal when it opens this weekend. The theme park, which has been closed since March due to the coronavirus pandemic, it's preparing to reopen again opened yesterday on Saturday as lockdown measures are eased. But it will look very different before social distancing measures were in place, including limited capacity, spaced out queue lines and compulsory masks for anyone over the age of 6 on certain rides. A statement from the website says, in line with the latest government guidance, we are delighted to confirm that Alton Towers Resort will reopen on July the 4th. We can't wait to welcome you back. So imagine wearing a mask on the Nemesis. It's probably going to be flying off but no, good news. I'm a big fan of Alton Towers.
One good thing about the mask, it keeps in the vomit.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
It doesn't fly on anybody else, does it? So
It does, yeah.
Talking about opening mosques to reopen for prayers and Jummah prayers.
Alhamdulillah.
Pre-book by using a WhatsApp number stating which Jamaat. So if you want to go Jamaat 1, Jamaat 2, Jamaat 3, which are 1:30, 2:30 or 3:30. That's our local mosque, by the way.
Yep.
Masjid open 20 minutes before prayer. Only Farz prayers at the mosque. So you've got to do your sunnats and your nafil at home. No wuzu facilities, so you have to do wuzu at home. Bring your own prayer mat, Quran and tasbih. Bring bag to put your shoes in, and you have to wear socks because there's some smelly people out there sometimes. So yes, and you put everything and take that bag with you. You have to wear a face mask. 2 meters social distancing inside. You got to use hand sanitizer if not wearing gloves. Over 70s, if you got COVID symptoms, frontline staff who care for patients, under 10s, and need sitting facilities are urged to pray at home. So it's a good sign going forwards.
Very good sign. Some real restrictions in place, but it's absolutely needed. And
As long as they'll follow the guidelines, it should be all right.
I think people will. I think they'll. I mean, I can only talk for our mosque, but they'll have people guiding you
Yeah.
to the spot. You're asked not to leave your spot once you're there. But no, I think getting the mosques open, alhamdulillah, that's a very, very good,
Very good
news story.
sign. Some text messages coming in. Salam, Brother Cal, Brother Shabazz, and Aris. Listening in as always. Keep up the good show. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all for all your efforts and the brilliant show you put on every week. Keep it up. That's from Fiaz Ahmed.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Fiaz.
And another one coming in. Oh, your sister Rosina's up.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, she's awake today.
In fact, I've got a story about, not about Rosina, but about the story that she was telling us last week.
Go on.
Do you remember what she was saying?
Yeah.
What?
Well, there's a couple of things she was saying. She confessed to using
Yeah, a product.
a product. Yeah.
Well, the product she was talking about was fair and lovely.
Yeah.
And you know what they want to do about this product? They want to rename it. Sorry.
Okay.
Consumer giant Unilever says it will rebrand its best-selling. It's the best-selling.
It is, yeah.
Skin lightening cream, Fair and Lovely, and drop the word fair from its name. While the news has been welcomed, campaigners say the move doesn't go far enough, and in India, demand for such products showed no sign of warning. Yeah.
So next time I go to Pakistan, I'll have to go and ask for Lovely.
Lovely.
Can I ask for...
You might come back with 4 brides. So, Rosina, forget the fair. You're just lovely now. Okay.
It's lovely, yeah. So she sent a message.
She has sent a message. She's given me the answer. So I don't really want to give the answer away because I think Rosina's got it right.
Okay.
So I've got another one actually here. Oh yes, another one has got it right. Sister Naseem.
Assistant. Well,
I think she's got it right.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not the questionnaire here because the boss is there.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell us? We won't tell if people have got it right or wrong, but it might encourage people to,
Do you
to
reckon?
come in. It's up to you.
I don't know. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
We get a few more and then we can.
Yeah, we'll see. And she also says, Alhamdulillah for the start of Jummah prayers as well. That's Baji Naseem. Thank you very much.
Fantastic news. Some news going into Leicester going into lockdown this week. I know we've been all watching the news, but Leicester's became the first area in the UK to go into local lockdown. There's been a surge in the number of coronavirus cases in the city, so harsher restrictions are now being put into place. Health Secretary Matt Hancock said Leicester's 7-day infection rate was 135 cases per 100,000, 3 times that of the next highest city, and 10% of all positive cases across the country have been in the East Midlands city. So non-essential shops will be closed from Tuesday, and residents have been advised against all essential travel. The planned easing of restrictions on Saturday will not take place and could be delayed a fortnight. So if you need a haircut in Leicester, no go for you guys. And Walsall Council and Sandwell Council are also included in the list of published areas at the risk of further lockdown restrictions. So areas around us where we live anyway could be going back into lockdown. So if there's anything that you want to do, like, you know, if you want to go to a restaurant or get a haircut, just get it done now.
I just want to continue with that story. Police say they will stop drivers leaving Leicester, obviously after a reveller tries to hire a coach to take friends from a COVID-hit city for a night out in Nottingham.
Get out.
This is
Never.
how stupid Leicester people are. Some
Okay,
Leicester
okay,
people.
yeah, careful.
Not all, some. Police have pledged to turn around vehicles and find drivers trying to flee Leicester. I mean,
You couldn't make it up.
you
could
couldn't. For drinking or shopping after the city was put under a fresh lockdown following a spike in COVID-19. Officers will carry out spot checks on vehicles leaving lockdown Leicester and could turn them around if their journey is not essential. It was revealed today as confusion reigned because some areas in the city limits are in lockdown while neighbours are not. So certain parts are, certain aren't. £100 fines if you're,
If you
breaking the law.
No, I mean, again, not good news. I mean, all we can do is pray on a serious note that Allah Ta'ala helps all our brothers and sisters in the East Midlands area, that no one's affected, and inshallah that the virus just passes as soon as possible.
Did you know we got Ramadan Radio Leicester?
Have we?
We have.
Are we broadcasting there?
We're broadcasting around the world.
We are.
We are worldwide. But
So our thoughts and prayers going out to all of our Leicester community.
brothers and sisters in Leicester, keep on listening to Radio Ramadan Wolves.
Kellogg's launches onion-flavoured breakfast cereal, but do you
No.
dare to try it?
No.
Bhaji flavour?
Kellogg's
Onions bhaji.
Chakaf onion flavour cornflakes are being sold in Korea after fans of the popular breakfast cereal have voted for the eye-wateringly bizarre new flavour. It's enough to make you weep. Would you try that?
I'd like to try it just to say I've done it. I've
Yeah.
been there
I
and
would
done it.
not try it.
Bhaji flavour.
No.
Kellogg's has launched an onion-flavoured breakfast cereal 16 years after the bizarre idea won a controversial poll. Do you eat Kellogg's cereal?
I had crunchy nut this morning.
Same as me. Snap. What about you? What's your cereal of choice, Iris?
Cocoa Pops.
Okay. That's my Ibrahim loves Cocoa Pops, my son, and he's 5. Cocoa Pops and Nutella, they're the 2 things that are keeping him going at the moment.
Yeah,
So-
but I do like crunchy nut as well.
Do you know sometimes when I go for a pee, I smell sugar puffs?
Why are you telling me? Why are you telling me?
I just
Yeah.
thought I'd share that with you. Yeah, sugar puffs. Sometimes, yeah,
For all the
that's a bit
people,
weird, isn't
for
it?
all the people who are just waking
that
up,
is weird.
right? If
Well, you know, we're a good show.
if they switched the radio on at that point in time, they would have probably switched right back off. You heard it first here on Ramadan Radio. So the F1's back, Khalid. The F1 is back, and Mercedes goes black in support of the anti-racism movement. How good does that car look? I don't know if you've seen it.
It's amazing.
Looks
But
really
if you
good.
could fit in 30 seconds, what you want to say?
No, we'll
We'll come back to the
yes,
story.
we
Yeah.
will.
So we got 40 seconds. Please question again for that competition.
Well, the answer is Surah Yasin, and you have to tell me the question. So what is the question? And the answer is Surah Yasin. So what's
Surah
what's so
Yasin.
special about
The
Surah
answer is
Yasin?
Surah Yasin. What is the question? You think the answer would be Surah Yasin too? I know it.
If you-
Rosina, I think Rosina knows it. Sister Naseem knows it.
If you want to call after the break, 01902 972 150. And if you want to text in, 07440 420 432.
Once again, you can text in as well for your messages. 07440 420 432. Good morning, 10:30. Welcome back to Ramadan Radio Wolves Stories of the Weeks with Khalid Aris and Shabazz. We've got a competition running. Nadia has got it right. She's just texting as well. And we got some more.
Well, to call in for my competition, you just call in a set number between 1 and 30 for the Islamic question. There's also an English question, and then call in, and then you tell me a number, and then I'll take the question, and then if you get it right, then you'll put on the draw for the prize. But the question, well, we're doing it different today. Our thing is we're telling you the answer to one of the questions, and you have to tell us the actual question. So the answer was, what is so significant about Surah Yasin? So you have to text in or call in, what is so significant about Surah Yasin?
Shall I give everybody a clue?
Go on then.
So what is significant about Surah Yasin, and what is it referred to as in the Quran? So there you go. There's a bit of a clue.
You've wised up there now, Shabazz.
Yeah.
I think you're getting the feel of the...
It's only because people have been texting in the answer, so it's given me a nod.
Can you tell me some of the winners who are already in the draw?
Well, some of the winners who are already in the draw: Razik, Ikra Khan, Ibrahim Ahmed, Adam Ansari, Rani, Hassan, Umber, and Rosina Ali.
And Sister Naseem?
Sister Naseem, Nadia, and...
Whoever calls in today.
Yeah.
We want you in that draw. We've got a nice prize. I'm working on it.
Yes,
Hold
a
on.
very good prize.
Aren't I in the draw?
Well,
No.
I'm sure.
You are, but you aren't because
Okay.
you can't win it.
Okay. Fine.
because people may think that's rigged.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we're going to head off to our segment that we do each week, stories around the world in 80 seconds or so. Moving swiftly across the Atlantic Ocean into the USA. So the state of Mississippi is set to remove the Confederate emblem from its flag. Mississippi is on the verge of changing its state flag to erase the Confederate battle emblem that broadly is condemned as racist. So really good news, I think. You know what the Confederation's flag looks like?
Is it red?
It's red and it's got that sort of blue cross in the middle. So the flag supporters resisted efforts to change it for decades, but rapid developments in recent weeks have changed dynamics on the issue and around the traditional bound state. As protests against racial injustice recently spread across the US, including Mississippi, leaders from business, religion, education and sports have spoken forcefully against the state flag. They have urged legislators to ditch the 126-year-old banner for one that better reflects the diversity of the state and the black population. The commission would design a new flag that cannot include the Confederate symbol and must have the words "In God We Trust." So really good news coming out of the US there. Going across into Vietnam. Have you been to Vietnam?
Unfortunately, no. I would like to do a segment there.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a beautiful country. People always think of Vietnam when they think of the Vietnamese War, but I've had a few friends who visited, said it's a fantastic place.
Is
But
it?
going into Vietnam, so again, not great news. Vietnam's aviation authority said on Monday it's grounded all Pakistani pilots working for their local airlines amid concerns from global regulators that some pilots may have been using dubious licenses. The issue of dubious licenses drew global attention from the aviation minister Ghulam Sarwar Khan. In the National Assembly declared that 150 pilots of the national flag carrier, Pakistan International Airlines, had fake licenses. Last week, the International Airport Transport Association expresses concerns over the serious lapse in licensing and safety oversight by the aviation regulator, and the head of Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam has ordered a suspension of all Pakistani pilots working for the Vietnamese airlines, the CAAV has said.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Khalid,
salam.
it's Kessa from Bristol.
Assalamu alaikum, Bhai Gasser. How are we?
Alhamdulillah, how are you, sir?
I'm not too bad, thank you.
It's very nice to hear.
I've been pressurized to call.
So have you just woken up, or have you been listening from the beginning?
Have I? No, not really. Let me just put the voice down on the television.
Okay.
I'm getting a bit of an echo.
Okay.
Yep. If you're always calling in, switch off your radio and switch off your TV. Otherwise, we get
I'm one
our.
of the typical Pakistanis.
They are exactly. Okay, so it's nice to hear a foreign voice, if you know what I mean. It's not a Brummie or
How dare you?
it's not a Brummie or a black country accent, if you know what I mean.
The heart of the UK we are. That's what we are.
How is Bristol this?
Alhamdulillah. Bristol is very good, very sunny. Very warm today, actually. A bit windy, but very nice.
It's a good day
And we've
here
got the
as
family,
well.
and the best thing is we've got the family down after 3 months.
3 months. And how does that feel like after quarantine?
I don't know, yeah. Well, it was nice on a Thursday and a Friday, sorry, Friday and a Saturday when they all came down.
It's
Sunday
going to be
afternoon,
too
by the
much
time
now,
they
is
go,
it?
isn't
Do you want him to go now, do you? Is that what it is?
Kick them out.
Marshall, it's so nice. I mean, we haven't seen the kids for 3 months, as I said. And,
Oh, good.
Shamus hasn't come down for a couple of months either.
Have you
So it's
spoiled
a bit of an
them?
extended family break, to be honest.
Yeah, have you spoiled them?
I was spoiled them. Well, they've had everything. Breakfast made and
The T-shirt off your
made,
back?
and today's pizza time, I think it is. And last night it was, well, 3 or 4 other dishes from Sajid's family.
Could you just
traditional family dishes.
could you put 2 or 3 more pizzas in, because myself, Khalid and Aras will be making our way down after the show. So
Oh, Alhamdulillah, please pop down anytime you like. You know you're always welcome.
So
We're open arms in Bristol.
excellent.
You know that.
So what we're going to...
You guys got too many motorways, so you get lost in your area.
I'm going to hand you over to young Aris, who's going to ask you a question, and if you could...
Oh, is he? Okay,
Yeah.
you can put me on the spot. Is
He is now, yeah.
Okay, so pick a number between 1 and 30.
1 and 30. I'll go for 1. Make it yours easy. Don't embarrass me, please.
Okay. The foundations of the Kaaba were laid by who? The foundations.
Foundations of Kaaba laid by whom?
Yeah. Which prophet?
Prophet Abraham.
Wow.
Prophet Abraham.
no pressure.
Fantastic. You got that correct?
Prophet who?
Abraham.
No,
Ibrahim.
that's actually not correct.
Is that?
Isn't it?
Do you want to try
is that
one
a-
more time?
Is that a new Porsche in my driveway?
It's the foundations, not the first bricks that were laid.
The first brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another prophet. Our very
brick.
first prophet. I'll give you a clue.
It wasn't a smile, was it?
No.
He's just giving you a clue. The very first prophet.
The very first prophet.
Oh, that's Adam, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
wow.
Well,
Well
well
done.
done, well done. Yeah, Adam
Yeah,
was salam.
Adam.
Yeah, he actually laid the
done.
first foundation.
First foundations of Adam.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So
Well done. So
Oh, the
you'll be
Kaaba.
put on the draw for the winners.
Yeah.
Also, Baijan, let me just ask you a question.
Don't call me by. I'm younger than you.
Well,
Well,
no, are you?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Don't put us calling me by. I'm just saying, guess it.
Okay. Guess or buy?
Yeah. No, dude.
We've got another competition running. The answer to the competition is Surah Yasin. Do you think
Surah
what
Yasin, okay.
if you tell us what question it might be for the answer to be Surah
Oh, the
Yasin?
answer is Surah Yasin, the question.
Yeah.
So what's
One of
significant
the
about
questions normally asked is what is considered to be the heart of the Quran Sharif?
Wow.
wow,
Well done.
well
And
done.
they
Could
normally
could that be the
do
answer?
Surah Yasin.
That could be the answer. We're not going to give it away just yet, but
Why not?
by
Our
our
family.
by our by our reaction, you can probably guess. You can probably guess how
Might
you
be
did.
right, it might
Yeah.
be wrong. We've still got another hour.
Is that Mercedes? I'm looking for a new Mercedes. Is that Mercedes on the driveway as well? Then?
Gasser, thank you very much for your call. Do you want to say hello to anybody while you're on air?
No, I'll just say assalamu alaikum to all the family and non-family members in Wolverhampton.
Thank you.
Hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah.
And stay safe.
Thank you, brother.
And inshallah, we'll see you soon.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Guesser.
Thank you.
Khadafis.
Bye-bye,
Take care.
Khadafis.
Wa alaikum salam. Assalamu alaikum.
Fantastic call all the way from Bristol this morning.
Yeah, lovely call. We were reaching far and wide, so no, really, really appreciate the call. Thank you so much.
Anyway, you was on that story about Vietnam.
Vietnam, yeah. So we just finished that story. So
Can I just carry on?
yeah,
The world's first gold-plated hotel opens its doors in Vietnam.
say that again.
Yeah, first gold-plated hotel
Wow.
opens its doors in Vietnam, and even the loos are covered in bling. The world's first gold-plated hotel opened Vietnam today. The dedicated Dulce Hanoi Golden Lake Hotel opened with bathtub bling, coffee cups plated in 24-carat metal. It even has a gold-plated infinity pool on the roof. The five-star hotel, which claims to be the first property in the world clad in gold tiles, took 11 years to build. The hotel sits in Giang Vo Lake in the center of the Vietnamese capital. The 400-room, 25-story property will operate under the American Wyndham Hotels brand. So
Wow.
Vietnam,
How much is it to actually stay there?
I think it'll be, I've read it was about $230 a night.
Wow. Would you do that?
Yes,
Yeah, I think it's right up your street, isn't it? Khalid?
I'd like to go to Vietnam now.
Just don't fly on any
PIA.
PIA airlines, to go there. Just continuing with our stories of the week, we're going to move our way into India. Crazy news coming out of India. So India bans 59 Chinese apps, including TikTok. So what are the Indian people going to do without TikTok? Because they love TikTok, don't they?
They love. Most of my TikTok following is probably Indian.
From Indians.
Yeah.
But TikTok on Tuesday denied sharing users' data with Chinese government after India banned the widely popular app as ties with Beijing deteriorate sharply following a deadly border clash. Blaming each other for the brutal hand-to-hand battle on June the 15th, as talks make little headway, the Asian giants have been bolstered by their border forces as anti-China sentiments grow in China, as India reportedly considered hiking tariffs with some of Chinese imports held at the ports. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government on Monday banned 59 Chinese apps, including TikTok, WeChat and Weibo. So no TikTok in India for the foreseeable future.
I think that's in retaliation to the Chinese killing the Indian army, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. So again, it's
Tit for tat.
Tit for tat, yes.
Not TikTok, tit for tat.
Yes, China saying it's India's fault, India saying it's China's fault. But yeah, not good news in that region. But moving into China, a new flu virus found in Chinese pigs has become more infectious to humans.
Haram.
It did, and needs to be watched closely in case it becomes a potential pandemic virus, a study said. So it's always China, isn't it?
Always.
For some reason. A team of Chinese researchers looked at the influenza viruses found in pigs from 2010 to 2020 and found a G4 strain that has all the essential hallmarks of a candidate for a pandemic virus. Pig farm workers also showed elevated levels of the virus in their blood. An author said adding a close monitoring in human populations, especially the workers in the swine industry, is vital and should be urgently implemented. So
I'm not really surprised. Pigs are disgusting.
They are, yeah, but hopefully this G4 strain is contained wherever it is and it doesn't make its way outside of China.
Did you know pigs eat their own poo?
And roll around in it.
I didn't know that, no.
There
but
you
an interesting
Disgusting.
fact. On
Well, my brain is full of facts,
full
you
of-
know.
It is.
Now and again, my brain does work. Not all the time, but sometimes.
Moving across into Bangladesh, unfortunately, not great news coming out of Bangladesh. At least 30 people have died and a dozen are missing after a ferry capsized and sank on Monday in the Bangladeshi capital Dhaka following collision with another vessel. The Morning Bird vessel was hit from behind by another ferry around 9:30 a.m. during the morning rush hour when the country's largest river port is packed with vessels. Unfortunately, we've collected 30 bodies, including 20 males, 7 women and 3 children. Abu Khair, a diver for the fire brigade, said there were at least 50 people on board. Our rescue divers are still searching, the Coast Guard commander Khalid Akhtar has said. So not really good news coming out of Bangladesh.
No.
Just our final story from around the world. We're going to go into Iran. I don't think we've visited Iran yet.
Iran, some stories coming from Iran today as well.
There is, yes. I'm just going to touch on this one. It did make me giggle. But Iran has issued an arrest warrant and asked Interpol for help in detaining US President Donald Trump and dozens of others it believed carried out the drone strike and killed a top Iranian general in Baghdad. While Trump faces no danger of arrest, the charges underscore the heightened tensions between Iran and the United States since Trump withdrew American from Tehran's nuclear deal and world powers. Tehran prosecutor Al Aqsamer said Trump has more than 30 others whom Iran accuses of involvement in the January 3rd strike in killing General Soleimani in Baghdad face murder and terrorism charges. The prosecutor did not identify who else he sought after Trump, but stressed that Iran would continue to pursue his prosecution even after his presidency ends. So, they're on the hunt for Donald Trump, Iran are, at the moment.
Some messages coming in. Sister Naseem's on top form today.
Is she?
She's on top.
form.
Do you know, to WhatsApp the studio, it's free. It's free, isn't it?
It
if
is.
you're WhatsApping, it's free.
Yeah.
Why don't more people do it?
I'm sure they would. I think slowly people should be crawling out of bed about now.
Yeah.
It's past 11.
Well, Sister Naseem says the 36th surah of the Quran is Surah Yasin.
Okay, so
Yeah,
she's that's her answer, isn't it? Yeah?
But she's also said, which surah helps to forgive your sins? Which is
Is she asking us?
Surah Yasin.
Okay.
So Surah Yasin has a lot of different
Yeah.
questions, if you know what I mean.
She also did get the answer right.
So
and
she
she's
has
also saying different.
different answers. Very clever person.
Very
Very
clever.
clever.
Thank you so
Also,
much.
all the way from Scotland. we've got Hira. Which surah is known as the heart of the Quran?
That's
Mashallah.
also correct.
Mashallah.
Hira and fantastic. Thank you for listening all the way from Scotland today.
Fantastic. Yeah, we're reaching far and wide today.
We are. And what is the heart of the Quran? That's from Malaya Ali.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So we've got a lot of answers
I
now.
hope you're writing all these
I am.
answers down because they've all got to be in the draw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to just some sad news coming from India. Saroj Khan, celebrated Bollywood choreographer, dies aged 71. She worked with Madhuri Dixit and Sridevi, and Akshay Kumar commented she made dance look easy, almost like anyone can dance. So Saroj Khan, she dies aged 71.
Sad news.
It is sad news.
Sad news for the industry.
Everyone is obviously everyone's got to pass away slowly.
Yeah.
But that is another Bollywood hit.
Yeah, so before we moved on to our break, we were talking about the F1 season starting. So I'm just going to jump into that. So have you seen the new Mercedes black livery?
I want one.
It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Have you seen it, Aris?
No, I actually haven't.
If you,
Shabazz, can you tell the listeners the story of your brother breaking an F1?
I can. Yeah. So we were lucky enough to go to Monza a couple of years ago to Italy. So myself, Khalid, my brother, a number of our friends, and in the F1 village, they had all the cars lined up, and the Mercedes car was in a box, like a big glass box. You had to queue to get in. Hours, yeah. And so we queued, and we managed to get in. So we were all us guys were in there now. They had just the McLaren F1 car and the safety car, just us guys in this glass box. Everybody looking in. And the lady said to us numerous times, please, please, please do not touch the car.
Do not touch the car.
Do not touch the car. Because these cars are, these are
millions,
multi-million pound vehicles, right? So what does my brother go and do? He's leaning by the car to take a photo.
Slips.
Loses his balance.
Slips.
And he falls onto the car. And all you heard was this loud snap noise.
He's broken the carbon wing, hasn't he?
So he basically was at fault for breaking Lewis Hamilton's car. The shock horror on the girls who were in there. Honestly, we just legged it, didn't we?
You've never seen me move so fast.
No, you haven't. Yeah.
I ran. I've done 100 meters in 8.9 seconds.
But not many people in the world can say that they broke Lewis Hamilton's car, but my brother can. So so well done, Shazad.
Name and shame, Shazad Ahmed. You broke Lewis Hamilton's car.
So you didn't get caught in the end?
No, we ran.
No, well, the ladies came over and they inspected the damage, and they had their head in their hands because hundreds of people were queuing to see this car, right? Take pictures, and
it's broken.
And now my brother fell into it. Only my brother could do that, So touching on Mercedes, they've announced on Monday that an all-new black livered car for 2020 Formula One season in support of the Black Lives Matter movement, with a six-time world champion Lewis Hamilton being a vocal supporter of the fight against racism. F1 emerges from the coronavirus-endorsed 3-month hiatus in Austria this weekend, with the race being today, to markedly changing world, with the killing of African-American George Floyd in US custody last month, triggering outrage and a global anti-racism movement. Hamilton, the only black driver in F1 grid, has established a commission which hopes to steer more black youngsters into motor racing. So I think he's a shining light, isn't he, Lewis Hamilton, for the black community, especially in F1.
He's not in pole position today, is he?
He's not. I think he's in second place. I believe Valtteri Bottas. Sorry,
Bottas, yes.
He the lap record in Austria yesterday, and he's in pole position. But no, I do think Lewis has got a good chance of winning his 7th world title this year, which would be absolutely fantastic.
So last week we spoke about popular names of this year. You said Corona being up there.
Yeah, Corona.
Well, India, they're one step ahead. In one class, they have the following names. And it's a funny article sent in by Babita. She says one name is Quarantina Joshi. The other one is Lockdown. Lockdown Singh Rathore. COVID Awati. Coronapal Singh. And this is the best one I like. Social distancing. Mask Method. Gloves Gaikwad. Wuhan Bedoria. And that was just a few of the names I've picked out.
They're made up. They have to be made up.
I don't know about social distancing. I like that one. Someone's got to name their baby social distancing.
No, but as we mentioned, if you didn't hear last week, Corona has made its way into the top 100 of girls' names published last year. Or this year.
How you're on TikTok, Fizz video may trigger eating disorders. Social media app TikTok could encourage unhealthy relationships with food and trigger people who have suffered eating disorders, campaigners have said. The video app is one of the most popular in the world, with more than 800 million users. 41% of those users between the age of 16 and 24. But there are fears some of the content glamorizes eating disorders such as anorexia and bulimia. TikTok said the safety and well-being of users was at its top priority. It said it encouraged people to report any inappropriate content with anything seeking to glorify or promote eating disorders violating its guidelines. But Eating Disorders charity Beat said that while it supports the action TikTok has taken to reduce the spread of such content, there are still some harmful videos on the app. We'd advocate for real people to actually search the platform and to highlight and take down the harmful content, Tom Quinn, Director of External Affairs, said. There is some funny videos on TikTok, but there also is the bad side of TikTok, which people may get offended by. And
So
things.
I haven't got TikTok at the moment. Do I need to?
Yeah.
Do I?
I mean, you have, haven't you?
Yeah, you know what? You get hooked onto it after a while. You keep on watching these idiotic videos being made by people, and especially these dance ones. Din, 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 din. You got to watch it to know what I'm on about.
I'm looking blank at you at the
Yeah,
moment.
well,
I know what you're on about.
You know what? See,
once
if
you've done that dance video,
yeah.
let me know and
No,
I'll
listen.
join.
Alvina put that video
I think
last
you should
week.
do a dance video
Did
and
you
put
watch
it
it?
on Ramadan Radio.
Yes, actually, I did watch it. So for our listeners out there, if you go onto Facebook, I believe.
Do you know what? I tried to look
Instagram.
at it. I tried to look at it this morning on Facebook, Ramadan, and I couldn't find it. So if Alvina's taken it off, I'm not sure, but she definitely put it on Instagram, didn't she?
I saw
On
that.
the Ramadan Radio Wolves
So
site.
for our listeners who don't know what we're talking about, so Cal had a video when you were in Singapore or
Malaysia.
and you were feeding monkeys, I believe, and these monkeys proceeded to pull your pants down, I think it was.
They tried their best.
and now the whole world can see it on Facebook, I believe.
And now will you be putting a dancing video on there?
No, I haven't done a dance video, so how can I put one on? I'm just
Well,
humming
you can do
to.
one.
Sale of the century. Britain's given chance to live like a billionaire as holiday on £150,000 a week super yacht raffled for £15 a ticket.
Wow.
So lucky Britons have a chance to holiday like a billionaire. The captain of the 122-foot luxury liner named San Lorenzo is raffling the tickets for £15 a pop. The owner of the winning ticket will be able to invite 5 guests to enjoy the stay with them. Their return flights will be paid for and the guests will be waited on by 8 crew members. They'll be served unlimited drinks and 3 meals a day cooked by an award-winning chef. On top of that, they'll cruise along the Mediterranean coast to secret beaches and coves and enjoy a range of water sports. The captain, Tristan Mortlake, 34, and stepbrother, James Eglinton, 36, say they were inspired to run the competition to give people other than the 1% a chance of experiencing the high life. And the full description of this raffle is on a site called raffles.com if you want to enter. £15 a pop.
So I think that sounds amazing, but to you, that's probably just like a normal holiday to you.
Did you know if you want to buy that, you know how much it costs?
Go on.
£600,000.
Wow.
So it's
For
definitely, for
Good
£15,
bargain.
I think it's worth
Worth
having
it, yeah.
one go, you know, I mean, just in case.
Broody mother goose has taken 47 babies under her wing, and they're so cute. A man who has been visiting a river was shocked to discover that each time he goes there, a mother goose has more and more and more babies with her. The first time Mike Digout saw the goose, she had around 16 babies with her. He snapped a photo and a few days later returned to see if he could find the family once again. Next time he saw the birds, much to his shock, the mum had not 16 babies trailing behind her, but a total of 47 little duckling babies.
Wow. A broody goose.
Broody goose.
That's mad. How can you have 47 little baby ducklings looking after?
I don't know how she does it. I don't know how mothers look after twins.
I think two's enough, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like, say if you had twins,
Well,
how hard would that be?
I am a twin.
I know, that's what I'm
And
trying to
my
say.
wife is a twin.
Wow.
So I think we didn't have much of a chance of having twins, but we had a big chance of having triplets.
Triplets.
So I think off the bat having 3 would have been fine, but going from 1 to 4, that new house, new car, that's new everything, isn't it? But no, not great news coming out of Leicester, unfortunately. So as we're all aware, Leicester's gone into lockdown.
Yep.
So we are praying for the Leicester community. But a Birmingham school has been forced to close after a year 1 pupil test positive for coronavirus. So eking its way into Birmingham as well. So a school in Birmingham has been forced to close after a child tested positive for coronavirus, revealed an email sent to staff. Paganel Primary School in Celio closed temporarily on Tuesday following the positive result of a year 1 pupil last Thursday. A staff member is also awaiting test results amid concerns they have been infected. It's not believed that parents have been told of the positive COVID-19 result, nor the suspected case, reports Birmingham Live. The school said in an email that it would likely remain closed until the end of the week, while the year 1 bubble will not be allowed back in until July the 9th.
Shwaz, thank you very much for that story. We've got to go to a short break. We'll be back in 4 minutes' time. Welcome back to the third and last part of Stories of the Week. It's exactly 11 o'clock. Khalid, Shabazz and Ari's in the hot seats today. We've got a competition. We want to know what, Ari's?
Well, the competition is there's Islamic questions and English questions. The number to phone in is 01902 972 150. And today we're doing something different. We tell you the answer for one of the questions, and you have to tell us what is so special about it. So the answer today is Surah Yasin. What is so significant about Surah Yasin?
That's if you know the answer, give us a call. If you phone in, you get double points. Double. A bigger prize.
Okay.
Yeah?
Go on then.
Okay. 01902.
01902 972 150.
Fantastic.
And I'm just going to repeat the people that are in the draw for the big prize that you're going to get. The winners are Razik, Ikra Khan, Ibrahim Ahmed, Adam Ansari, Rani Hassan, Umber, Razina Ali, Naseem, Malia Ali, Hiram Mazhar, Kesar Ibrahim, and Mariah Ali.
Maria.
Maria.
I'm not very good with names, so the people keep
Neither.
on sending me the names expanded, if you know what I mean.
Right,
like
okay.
Khalid.
Okay.
Also, I've had some more messages as well. So Maria's got it right. This one here. Hi, Babita from Wolverhampton, mum of twins. People call him Double Trouble, but I say Double Joy. They are amazing, no trouble at all. It's like having two kids a year apart. Are they hard work? I love my Kaya and Kaira. The best things that happened to us. Great show, guys. And another one here, message from Sister Naseem again. She's busy on that WhatsApp today. I wonder what the procedures will be for Eid Salah. Can Wolverhampton Masjid inform us as soon as possible so we can get prepared? I think it will be the same.
Yeah,
different Jamaats.
I think all the committees seem to be very on it. Looking at the three big mosques in Wolverhampton, they all seem to have something in place. Social distancing measures are in place. So inshallah.
Okay, this day in history, 5th July 2020. It's the 187th day of the year with 179 days left to go. So enjoy them, lads. This day in history, in 1865, U.S. Secret Service begins operating under the Treasury Department. In 1937, 999 emergency service, it started in London. When 999 was dialed, a buzzer sounded and a red light flashed in the exchange to attract an operator's attention.
Wow.
So in 1937. In 1946, Louis Reard designed a bikini which debuted at the Paris Fashion Show.
No doubt.
Wow. In 1954, the total eclipse of the sun is seen around the world in Europe, United States and Asia, including Pakistan and India. The longest duration of a total eclipse was 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Solar eclipses are normally only seen by a small, specific area of the world, so this was unusual as it was seen in so many countries. In 1954, the BBC broadcast its first television news bulletin. In 1975, Arthur Ashe defeated Jimmy Connors in 4 sets of tennis at the 89th Wimbledon Championships. In 1994, Amazon.com, founded in Bellevue, Washington by Jeff Bezos. In 1996, Dolly, a female Finn Dorset sheep, was born near Edinburgh, becoming the first successfully cloned animal. Her birth was not publicly revealed until the following year. And in 2009, Swiss tennis player Roger Federer won a record 15th Grand Slam single titles as he defeated Andy Riddick at the Wimbledon Championships.
Fantastic.
Celebrating your birthdays, 1946, Paul Smith, British fashion designer, born in Nottingham. In 1968, Shahid Anwar, Pakistan cricketer, was born in Multan, Pakistan.
Shahid Anwar or Saeed Anwar?
Shahid Anwar.
Okay.
In 1976, Nuno Gomes, Portuguese footballer, born in Portugal, in Amarante. And in 1982, Javed Ali, playback singer, was born this day in history.
Fantastic. So somebody else celebrating their birthday today. So just a big happy birthday to my cousin Shazia. I'm not going to tell her age because she'll probably kill me, but a big happy birthday coming from all of us here at Radio Ramadan.
Aris is not doing his job properly.
Is he not?
He's not.
Go
I
on.
might have to sack him.
No, we can't. He's a star of the show. How you can't stop? That's like
Guesser from Bristol got the question right, and he didn't mention his name.
he did.
Guesser.
Yeah, I think you need the sack.
No,
he did.
I've got complaints coming on text messages.
So
I did say his name
You
for
did say-
the
yeah.
winners
You
of
did
the
say
Did you?
it,
competition.
yeah.
Guesser.
Yeah.
go on,
sure?
say it
Yes.
again. Go on, say him again.
Guesser.
Kesed Ibrahim did win.
Did he?
Yeah.
Is his surname Ibrahim? How do you-
Ibrahim, yeah.
Yeah.
Guess it, Ibrahim.
Wow. There you are. There's some deaf people in Bristol there.
Oh right, so they've text saying that his name wasn't read.
Yeah.
All right, so go on, Aras, do it again.
Well, all the winners are Razik Iqra Khan, Ibrahim Ahmed, Adam Ansari, Rani Hassan, Umba, Razina Ali, Naseem, Malaya Ali, Hira Mazar, Gesser Ibrahim, and Maria Ali.
What about Nadia?
Yeah, and Nadia.
Yeah. You know
There
what?
you go.
I've got to get it somebody new.
You can't sack the star of the show. Can
Well, you know, someone's got to be the star of the show because he's at the moment. If he goes, we will be.
Yeah, maybe. So a £20 note. Have you used the new £20 note yet?
Always use them.
Are you a cash kind of a guy?
I don't do credits. I don't do cards. I've never been to a cash point. I only use cash.
Well, you're one of not many people because a third of people haven't used the new plastic £20 note, despite them being in circulation since February, as coronavirus slashes the use of cash. So the new notes were issued in February the 20th, about a month before the lockdown started, and reports have pointed to the decline in people using cash during the lockdown. In April, the spending limit for contactless payments was raised to £45 from £30. And various reports have pointed to a decline in people using cash during the lockdown, with ATM withdrawals being down generally across the UK. So yeah, people aren't using the new £20 note. Although I do like the new £20 note, it fits in my wallet perfectly.
I tell you what, if you don't want to use your £20 notes, give them to me. I'll use them for you. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
It's easy. Loads of messages coming today. I've got Jag Suman from Willenhall. He's just texting.
Fantastic. What a guy.
Jalandhar Paul, he's messaged in as well.
Fantastic.
And we've just had one, Ammo. He's my electrician. He's listening in today as well.
Fantastic.
So
there we go.
they're all listening in. It's getting quite popular, this show, isn't
I
it?
hope so. Yeah, I think everyone, like you said, it's nearly 11:30. Everyone's starting to wake up now slowly.
As long as I get half the listeners of Fiaz Ahmed on the Shaminat, as long as I get half the listeners, I'll be happy.
It's a tough ask.
I know.
Tough ask, because that's probably the best show on the radio, I would say.
After Swap Shop.
After oh yes, of
Swap
course.
Shop first.
I'd say they're on par. I would say-
Alvina's texting.
Swap Shop's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she says the video is up there. Once the video's up, it never goes down. So I've got to try to find it again. So if you haven't seen my shorts being pulled by monkeys, go to the Facebook group on the Ramadan Radio Wolves under the videos. They'll be there somewhere.
Never brush your hair down from the scalp, and other mistakes we're all making. Hair care brand Tangle Teaser conducted a survey to see just how much damage women in the UK are doing to their hair, and it turns out there's a lot we need to learn. When it comes to brushing hair, we can all admit to being a little too heavy-handed, especially when we're faced with tangles, but combing too hard or even brushing with the wrong hairbrush can cause long-term damage. Hair brand Tangle Teaser has conducted a study to see just how many women are concerned about the damage they're doing to their hair, reports the Daily Star. And the results are in. Out of the 2,000 women surveyed, 4 in 10 are worried that some of their actions are bad for their hair, and more than 1 in 20 even admitted to using the old tip to brush your hair 100 times before bed. Yikes.
100 times before bed.
Yeah, 100 times before bed.
My wife's watching a program called Downton Abbey at the moment.
Yep.
And the stars of the show, the rich people, they don't comb their own hair.
All right.
They get their servants to comb their hair.
Right. Okay.
So they comb it first thing they get up, and they comb it again before they go to bed.
You couldn't make it up.
I want a servant.
We're talking about
I've
hair.
got no hair.
I'm talking about
Do you
hair.
comb your hair?
No, I haven't got no hair.
Well, I was just going to say you're looking very fresh today.
You know what?
It's looking very very nice compared to last week. Anyway.
Hang on, if the mics should come onto me now, you could look at me now. I've got no hair. That's through choice because I want it nice and thin.
Yeah.
because I don't want to get up in the morning and comb my hair and
Okay.
dry my hair and stuff like that.
But you've got a beard, so that's got to be more maintenance than.
It is a bit, but my barber does it. My barber, I went yesterday to cut my hair.
Go on.
We phoned him during the week and said, is everything ready? All the partition, all the gloves and
2 meter distancing.
Yeah, everything's ready. Got there, guess what?
Nothing's ready.
Nothing's ready. And he was doing it as I was sat in the chair. So frustrating.
He was doing what?
He was doing everything.
Like putting the 2 meter signs up and everything.
Putting the best thing he was putting the new prices up as well.
Oh, I bet. COVID-19 prices.
Talking about hair, best Desi home remedies for healthy hair. I think your sister might be interested in this.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's.
Many of us have shunned these for modern approaches. Heat styling and assortments of chemical-filled products are now intrinsic to many of our daily routines. However, house remedies are back in the spotlight, and surprisingly, these make much use of ingredients our grandmas have been preaching about over the years. So we delve into some desi remedies.
Go on.
Would you think of any?
Well, I don't know. Probably something like ginger or something. Or soran that there. Mustard oil.
Okay, I'm going to go through them. Ready? The first one is henna.
Okay.
Can contribute to improving hair quality. It contains tannin, which actually attaches to the hair, thus strengthening it. So henna is mendi.
It is, yeah.
So anyone listening out there, mendi actually is very good. Got another one here. Oils are the champions of providing moisture and protection. They lubricate strands and form a layer of defense, strengthening hair from the very root.
There you go.
So there. Yogurt. You fancy putting yogurt in your hair?
No.
Some muller yogurt. This one you will definitely find in the fridge of any Desi household, alongside being an excellent accompaniment of aloo parathe. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yogurt is great for the hair. Firstly, it is bursting with proteins, so by consumption, it stimulates the growth of strong and healthy hair. Another one is eggs. We scramble them, fry them, make masala omelets, but probably would not think to slather them on your head.
No one's going to put egg on their hair, surely. Surely not.
Many Desi mothers and grandmothers swear eggs to be the secret to glossy locks.
Okay.
Eggs are a nutrient superfood, being protein rich. They contribute to strengthening strands. The vitamin and fat content of the yolk keeps tresses thick and moisturized. Applying egg as a mask exposes hair directly to all this goodness. Raw egg can be whisked and brushed straight on, although a few drops of lavender oil adds a pleasant scent. And lastly, apple cider vinegar. It's very good for acne as well, weight loss and healthy hair. And many experts advise drinking the vinegar for it to work internally. If knocking back a shot of the stuff does not sound appealing to you, though, do not fear. It is incredibly effective when applied directly to the hair. The acid destroys remnants of dirt and oil left on your scalps, providing a deep cleanse.
Well, if anyone wants to know how to actually brush your hair, as I was saying,
You're the perfect guy to tell us with your hair.
one of the biggest mistakes people are making brushing their hair is from the scalp down, which can lead to split ends, more knots, and ultimately damaged hair. Instead, you should start at the ends of your hair and work your way up. This ensures that all of the tangles are tackled carefully without ripping out any of the hair in the process.
Just had a message coming. Best oil combination for hair is made by Shabaz's mom.
Okay.
Mummy Sima,
I'm yet to.
who has a great mixture of different oils, and that's coming from Hassan.
Okay, there you
So
go.
you need to inquire.
I need to inquire.
Ask her about the green tin.
it might be the special green tint from Saudi Arabia. No, but no, Aras, I definitely think looking at your hair, you've been cracking a few eggs on that.
No, it's all natural.
Just some news coming out of Pakistan,
Yeah.
if you may. So, what do you think is the biggest search engine in Pakistan? Do you think it's Yahoo or what do you think?
Gmail,
Google.
Google.
Google is the largest search engine in Pakistan, and Google on Wednesday released a list of the most popular trends in Pakistan during the last year. So the search engine singled out search items that had the highest rate of interest by internet users across the country. And this year, like last year, I mean, you could have guessed it, but cricket continued to reign supreme in the list. In fact, the top 10 searches were all cricket related. The following are Google's trends of 2019 in searches, people and movies category. So we're just going to go through those categories if I can really quickly. So from a searches perspective, in the top 10, every single one was a cricket related item. So Pakistan versus South Africa was number 1, Pakistan versus Australia number 2, live cricket, Sony Live, PSL live cricket, Cricket World Cup. So these are all the searches. Cricket mad, Pakistan. But when searching for people, when people are searching for people, who do you think number 1 was?
Shabazz Ahmed.
Close. I was just outside the top 10, but number 1 was someone who I haven't heard of, Namal Kunwar.
Yeah, we all know him.
Yeah, so he was followed closely by Wahid Murad, Babar Akram, Asif Ali, Adnan Sami. You've heard of Adnan Sami, of course.
Yes,
you have.
Adnan.
Sarah Ali
Good
Khan.
friend of mine, Adnan.
Yeah, Muhammad Ahmed. So these are some of the key searches that people are in Pakistan are searching for. And from a movies and TV perspective, this really surprised me because I always thought they'd search for Pakistani dramas, maybe, or Indian Bollywood films. But from a movie and TV category, Avengers Endgame was the most searched movie item in Pakistan over the last 12 months. That was followed closely by Big Boss 13.
That's Big Brother.
Oh, all right, okay. I thought it was actual the Bruce Lee film, Big
No.
Boss. I thought they just continued.
13 series.
Yeah, they just continued. The Wafa was number 3. That probably sounds like a drama to me. But yeah, so they're the top 3 items there from a movies and TV perspective.
Your sister's texting.
Okay.
Another confession.
Is she using mom's oil as well?
well? Hey guys, great show as always. So confession time again. I'm sat here with the oil in my hair that my mom made for me. She mixes 4 different oils. Bless my mom. I think your mom's... We've got to rename your mom Oil Woman or
Well, I've got the mum's famous oil recipe here. Equal parts of olive oil, the green tin,
Yeah, okay.
almond oil, coconut oil, and mustard oil.
There you go.
So 4 different oils.
I tell you what, we're educating the masses here, aren't we?
tell
With
you.
hair care.
We must really sell this recipe, really,
Absolutely.
shouldn't
And on the back of what Rosina said, I almost think we have a segment for the youth zone and we have around the world in 80
we?
days.
Mom
every week.
zone or something.
No, I
Oil
think-
zone.
No, I think we should have a confession zone.
Confession.
You know, because Rosina's already confessed now
Twice
in
I
2
know.
weeks. I think it could take off. It could take off. Give
could.
give people a platform to,
Yeah, something good for the future,
Yeah.
isn't it? If anyone
Why
wants to
Confess anything.
confess any... Yeah.
Ring and
Yeah.
text in.
You know, it's like when these Christians go to church.
that's right. You don't have to say your name.
You don't have to say your name, just do the confession.
That's it, yeah.
The best ones will give it. In fact, you know, the prize for the competition.
We'll put you down on there.
Yeah, we'll put you down there. And I will reveal the competition prize next week.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay?
Big prize.
Big prize. 6 things you might not know about mosquitoes. And after looking at Aris's face, have a look.
Oh,
Speak.
I did have a mosquito bite on my under my eye.
in this country, how is that even possible?
I don't know if it's a mosquito bite, but it was a bite, but it's still there.
Wow.
So under his eyes got a mosquito bite. And my friend at work, his name is Matt Homer. And he was showing me all these big bruises on his legs. And they're from mosquito bites. So I got this article.
Go on, fascinate me. Go on.
We thought they liked sweet skin. No, they are actually certain odors which attract them, more precisely CO2 and sweat. This explains why people who sweat a lot, overweight, pregnant women, or even when drinking alcohol are more often targeted. At least we can say is that they have developed a sense of smell. Scientists estimate they can capture CO2 more than 20 meters away. They then only have to approach to locate the victim. Good to know our blood group also plays a role, since scientists estimate that mosquitoes bite people with blood group O twice as much as A.
Didn't know that.
So do you know which blood group you are?
Haven't got a clue. I should know. We all should
Neither.
know.
I have no idea.
We should all know.
Well, here's some more facts about mosquitoes. The truth must be re-established. It says that mosquitoes bite, but in fact only females bite.
Okay.
So they look for protein for their eggs, which they find in our blood. Males prefer flowers and we prefer male mosquitoes, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be said, when they have no eggs, the females also ignore us. So, yeah, they will ignore you. Do you think you are safe during the day with mosquitoes?
Normally, yeah. Why not?
No, no. It is true that, as a general rule, the mosquitoes bite rather at nightfall, but in reality, it is a question of species. Not all mosquitoes bite at the same time, just as certain species do not bite the man. And context in the area of this is, in very hot water, for example, only one can be totally bitten during the day. Great. Sharks, do you think sharks are the most dangerous animal?
Up there with crocodiles and yeah.
It's true, but if you look at figures, the animal responsible for the highest number of deaths each year is mosquitoes. In
Wow.
fact, it carries and transmits deadly diseases such as malaria, yellow fever. In 2014, experts estimated the number of mosquitoes victims each year was 725,000.
Wow.
Snakes, 50,000 killed the people, and sharks were only responsible for 10 deaths.
Wow.
So
Right.
mosquitoes are very dangerous.
So from the sounds of what you're telling us, in Pakistan especially, in our village, I think they're all female mosquitoes there, because I get bitten to death every time I visit the village. But no, that's really interesting news. Really interesting.
And I'll just quickly go that why do mosquitoes bite scratch? It's because they put anaesthetic on first before they bite you,
Oh, right, okay.
females. Just had a message from Rook. Who needs L'Oreal when you got Asian hair care? Lol, that's from Rook. It's nearly time to say goodbye, lads.
How many minutes have we got left?
We've got a minute and a half.
Oh, right. I
Wow,
was going to
that's
go into
gone
another
very,
story,
very
but
quick.
we'll save that one for next week. But really, really good show today.
You
Really
know,
enjoyed
I've
it.
still got loads of articles left.
Same. Next week.
Next week we'll carry on with some more articles from around the world. Don't forget that competition as well.
Yeah.
Next week we will reveal the grand prize.
So I'm expecting really big things, because we've been egging this on for about 4 weeks or so now. So
I'm hoping the prize will help youngsters.
okay.
It will help mummies. It will help daddies. It'll be good for you.
Is it a Quran park?
No, we can add a crown
Well,
park too.
for
as
everyone
well.
who didn't know, the question for Surah Yasin, it was, what is the heart of the Quran?
What
There
is
you
the
go.
heart
Which
of
is
the
Surah
Quran?
Yasin.
Surah Yasin. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knew that.
Well, they do know now, don't they?
Yeah.
And if
If
you
they
don't
didn't.
know, you could tell your family and friends. Listen in to the stories of the week every Sunday between the hours of 10:30 and 12. We've got the legal show with the Jars coming up next. He's obviously got plans for another mega show. He has more listeners than us as well.
I'm sure everybody has more listeners than us, given the time that we're on.
Don't forget, if you like our show, tell others. If you don't like our show, email me, info@ramadanradiowolves.com. And if you've got any suggestions for the show, please let us know. Until next week, take care, have a blessed day, and inshallah we'll see you next week,
Allah
Sunday.
Hafiz.
Good
Allah
Hafiz.
Hafiz.